Before you rise, you will often get crucified, and today, being Good Friday, is so symbolic. It's the day that Jesus was actually crucified. Why these stories are symbolic to us all is because in our lives, we will go through times where it feels like everyone has turned against us. It will feel like the people we loved the most have betrayed us. We might even know that they are going to betray us, and yet we still have to walk through that fire. Every single human need is to feel like they belong, to feel that they are loved, to feel like they're part of a system. And quite often we are born as spiritual earth's angels into family systems where we feel perhaps we don't belong. This is where we become generational changers, we become the new people to create the new earth. And often during these times of transition, we can feel most alone and isolated. I'm Marina. I'm here to help you rise throughout adversity. This is my story. Jesus' story is all of our stories. It's a story of a man who loved humanity, who wanted to create change, who wanted to help people ascend, to come together, to break bread together, to be in union. But first, he had to be crucified to help others rise out of their depths. And today, in Good Friday and throughout Easter, we see this journey of how a man so pure, so beautiful, so gorgeous, was absolutely crucified for other people's sins. And if we take his story as comfort, because for me, the story of religion has always been about love. Regarding of your faith, you might be Islam, you might be Christian, the story is always the same. It's about love, togetherness, union. Any religion that doesn't teach love, for me, is not a religion, right? It's about bringing everyone together. And if Jesus was going to come back today, that's exactly what he'd be doing. So let's really think about this. You may be going through a time of transition, and I have gone through these times of transition. From coming from a family, Greek, Irish and Ukrainian, where my parents had collective trauma and trauma bonded, and I was the child that tried to bring everyone together, was the caregiver, was the peacemaker, the giver, the lover, the angelic being which looked after everyone but me. My sister, who was younger than me, was extremely similar. We both held the family's trauma. My sister absorbed this trauma, and so did I, right? Carrying it for everyone around us in our family system who couldn't express those emotions. And what you need to understand, and if people can't feel their sadness, if they cannot feel their anger, their children will feel it for them. And this is the reason why in generations later on the children suffer. The biggest gift you can give your children is to work on you. Do the work. If your child is running around or has got ADHD, it's because they're feeling your trauma that you haven't felt. The biggest gift you can do for anyone in your family is live for you, do the work on you, do what you love, and really choose to live. So me and my sister, we both felt this pain, and me and my sister were very close. But I went away from the family system. I worked on myself. I traveled. I went to retreats. I studied positive psychology. I studied hypnosis. I studied over a decade in ways to heal myself profoundly and deeply and to help heal others. And my sister couldn't break away. She absorbed everyone's pain. She became the rescuer. She relived our trauma again and again and again because she couldn't step away. So if you're going through a time in your life right now, be selfish. It's not selfish to pick you. As they say in this metaphor that I love, if you're on an aeroplane, put on that mask first. You're not going to be able to save anyone else until you've saved you. So if you're going through a time of transition, perhaps you're moving away from a partner that you thought you loved deeply and you realize it wasn't deep love. Perhaps you're moving away from a family system, a religion even, that you feel doesn't resonate with you. I want you to know that the time of crucifixion, getting my words out, that time where you feel like you have almost been put on that cross is the time for you to then go, okay, it's okay to feel this sadness. It's okay to feel this pain. It's okay to be misunderstood, judged. Jesus felt misunderstood. He often felt judged. He felt isolated. And he was one of the most purest, kindest souls. Do not take on other people's things. What you have to understand is when you ascend, when you purify, that element of turning yourself to gold, to becoming golden, anything that doesn't resonate with your frequency will fall away. The purification process of turning something to gold means that lower entities, frequencies, things that are going to bring you down, alcohol, drugs, all these things will fall away from you because you're purifying, you're becoming pure again, like white golden light. And this is your time to understand that you will go through this time. I've been through this time. So my journey was growing up with, parents that didn't come from the UK, that were, extremely different from anyone else. And I felt that pain. I also felt different and isolated. My mum wasn't loving and nurturing. And so I went into a relationship, got married, and then ended up very much alone when I decided that this wasn't true love. And when you walk away from what seems normal, the traditional relationship, a traditional life, whatever that may look like in your family, whether or not you're Muslim, Christian, whatever faith you are, when you walk alone on a path, you will often be misunderstood. What I want you to know is that you are lovable just for being you. The scapegoat of the family, the one people turn against, the one people gossip about, the one people misunderstand, the one people judge, they're the greatest of them all. They're the ones that go and create massive change. They're the ones that create the movements. They're the ones that invent things that nobody else has thought of. And these times of loneliness, darkness, sitting by yourself. The last year, I have been so isolated. I've been so alone, but it's brought me home to me. This is your gift to you. When you're continuously doing something, going somewhere, being with someone, you do not learn who you are. You do not learn your true values. When you strip everything back, almost burn down your life, and you sit alone in that darkness. And this is symbolic today of Good Friday, where Jesus was absolutely on that cross. He was bleeding. And my name, Lazarus, comes into this because Lazarus was Jesus's friend. And Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead after 4 days. This plays into the very, very point that you just need one person to believe in you. Jesus believed in Lazarus. He loved him. He was his friend, his disciple, and he believed in him. And so he went back for him. He rose him up. All you need is one person. It's scientifically proven. There is one study that's been done, which is the longest study of them all. It comes from the Harvard studies that actually says that all you need is just one individual. Our closest relationships really do define us. Relationships are everything. The relationship with you is number one. If it's not a healthy relationship with you, if it's a toxic relationship with you, don't expect anyone else's relationship with you to be any different. The first relationship has to be with you. And then you just need one person. You need one person to text you. You need one person to say that you're lovable. You need one person to say it's going to be okay. You need one person to give you hope. One. What often happens in times of extreme turbulence, it's almost like before you're about to rise, there's chaos. If you look at Jesus' story, Judas betrayed him. He was betrayed. I have been betrayed. My ex-husband married the babysitter. My friends and family helped him in many ways, and I was left isolated and alone. But this is not a victim story. This is a story just to show you that we are creating the story, and they are all stories, right? And so this story is to anchor in, is also Jesus' story, is all of our stories, is to actually anchor in that betrayal and isolation are times of great ascension. But all you need is one person. So if I look at me and my sister's journey, where my sister isn't here and has recently taken her life, I want to show you and to tell you how imperative it is that you just choose one person that you really trust, one non-judgmental person. When you come from a toxic family, what happens is that people stay in a traditional system. They might get a traditional job, they might marry the guy that's cheated on them. They stay in these systems that they believe is true, and they can't see a way out. For me, my generational trauma was war trauma, Irish, Ukrainian, Greek Cypriot, marrying abusive men and staying in them relationships. That is not a story that I chose to repeat and continue. But when you are in that and you go to advice from people in that system, they won't have empathy and understanding because they haven't broken that themselves. You need a trusted person, just one, and let me be that person for you. Let me be that person to tell you that even if you have whatever you have done in your life, right? And I look at my sister that had felt like she'd done things that were unredeemable. Let this be the story of Jesus, who says, no matter what you have done, you are forgiven, that you are loved, that you can start again. Every single day you can start again, you can start fresh. Every single day is a new day, it's a new life, it's a new beginning. So please let me remind you and put into your subconscious that you are lovable just for being here, just for being you, just for loving and forgiving all parts of you. Because we hold this in our DNA. We hold these systems in our genetic makeup. And sometimes you do things because the energy and frequency of a group may do things. You might do things because it's what your ancestors have done. I have coached people, I've been with people who have repeated exactly what their family have done, and they didn't even know what their family have done. Things that you would be absolutely shocked by, that I couldn't tell you on this video, that they have absolutely done. And my job was to hold that space for them, to witness them, to love them, and to not judge it so they could transmute that to love. So please know that don't crucify yourself. Today is Good Friday. Don't hang yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Don't harm yourself. Because if you're doing that to yourself, you're doing that to others. And ultimately, if you come from a traumatized family, what will happen is you'll either hurt yourself or you'll hurt someone else. And ultimately, there is no other. We are all one. So when you hurt somebody else, you are also hurting yourself on a profound, deep level. But the most kindest, loving, beautiful souls of them all often hurt themselves. They have the largest inner critic. They have that judge within them that's telling them off, that's been horrible, because it's internalized by their family, whether or not it's their dad that was very critical, whether or not it was their mum that was very critical. This critical voice comes in, but also repeats. They see their mum in different places, different people. They see their dad in different partners, different people, because they haven't healed that within them. So I want you to reclaim that. Every single time you hear that negative voice, I want you to say, thank you, I love you, I release you. It's not true. If you want to bring me, Marina, as a light, a guiding light to you in that time, and say, what would Marina say? What would she say? I would say, I love you, you are lovable. But I would also say to these negative, critical voices within you, that you are lovable. I say, thank you for trying to keep me safe. Thank you for giving me these tools. Thank you for saying these things to me. Thank you, I love you, I release you. I release you, I love you. And ultimately, if you can see any of your ancestors, if you know that people are triggering you, I've had these situations. I was in Spain and this Spanish woman was being really, really cruel to me, really nasty to me, almost crucifying me, right, for no reason. And I was like, okay, I had a Spanish step nan. And ultimately how it works is if anyone in your family system feels that they don't belong, energetically they will try and belong. So they'll try and come into your reality until you acknowledge them. And by acknowledging them, all you need to do is a simple prayer to say, thank you, Spanish step nan. And her name was Rosa, very symbolic, the rose. Thank you so much. I love you, I release you. Thank you for coming into my reality. Thank you for showing me everything you've shown me. I release you, I love you, and I am going to live for you and honour you in your memory. And how I would honour her in her memory is how difficult it must be to be a stepmother, to be a childless woman, having to look after someone else's children and not know how to do that, and not to be shown or not to have that nurturer element within her. Perhaps she didn't have it. And so let's nurture all the women that haven't been nurtured. And if we bring all this Jesus story all back down to the woman, the lady, right? It's all around the divine feminine, the nurture, the love, that brings everything back into harmony. And if we have more love and nurture for ourselves and compassion, we can have more love and nurture for others. And ultimately, that is what genuinely heals. We look at Mother Mary, the symbol throughout all religions of being that divine, pure presence. We look at Mary Magdalene, that was often called, a prostitute, which was very completely depicted, completely wrong. But she was the wise woman. She was a woman guiding Jesus. And she was one of the women that stood by his feet and was with him during the journey of this Easter journey, which she was there when he rose again. Men and women need one another to rise. Without the divine feminine, without the love, without the nurture, humanity cannot exist. We cannot come back together. And so let this be a reminder to step into love, to step into compassion, but to really step into love and compassion for you, for all of you. And to know and to never forget, all you need is one person to text you in the morning, one person to go to that will say, it doesn't matter if you spent loads of money. It doesn't matter if you've done whatever you've done, as long as you understand, love and forgive all of yourself. Understand that this is a movie we're running on. This is a script. This is the matrix. The way you get out of your own matrix and create a different matrix and create a different life is if you really deeply and profoundly heal not only your pain, but your generational trauma and the generational pain and the stories that keep repeating. Jesus' story right now, this story of being crucified is happening on a massive scale. We look at what's happening around us, war, conflict, everywhere. This divide and rule, men v women, Christian v Muslim, whatever the stories are they are about division. They are not about coming together, and they're not about being holy. And this Easter is extremely remarkable because it is on the 3rd of April. And if we have a look at all of that symbolically, number 3 is mind, body and soul. And when you see the number 3, it's reminding you of that integration, that you cannot rise and ascend if your mind is not connected to your soul. Your soul is outside of you, right? Where is your soul? Where is your energy? Where is your frequency? It's outside of you. And your body, it's about bringing it all back to your body. Your body is your temple. Your body is your vessel. You should look after and nurture the gift you have been given of the beautiful, divinely gorgeous you. And people often separate this. They think it's selfish to look after themselves, to be healthy, to put the right nutrients in. But if you don't look after your body, your mind won't be great. You have to look after what you put into your body. You have to look after what you feed yourself, as you're going to stay crucified. You're not going to come up. So look after yourself like the beautiful, gorgeous being that you are. And remember, this is very symbolic, time to rise. Because now you can rise. We can rise as a collective if we come together in love and in union and remember our divine purpose, which is to help each other integrate mind, body, and soul. The divine 3, the union. Jesus was meant to be 33 years old. 3 is massive. This is massive time in the collective awakening now to understand you are not your body. You are not the things that you own. You are not any of these things. You are a soul, you're a frequency, and you are a being. And if you're not happy with where you are right now in your life, that's okay. You are loved. You are not defined by anything, any person, anything. You are only defined by who you choose to be in this moment. Are you being loving? Are you being kind? And ultimately, are you being loving and kind to you? Can you forgive yourself? Can you know that actually, any time that you want, you can change and you can choose to do something different? And when you really understand that, everything changes. And what profoundly has helped me is meditation, rewiring my brain when my brain is in a calm, hypnotic state. So if you feel like you're out of balance, I want to remind you to come back to your body, put your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And by taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out, what you're doing is calming down your nervous system. You're relaxing your nervous system. And sometimes I would stroke my hair to do that, right? For whatever way that you can feel into your body, you might want to feel your heart, you might want to feel into your legs. If you ever feel stressed, come back to your body and just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. That's going to calm you. And in your mind, if you could hear my voice and say, my love, relax and be at peace now. Relax and be at peace now. I am in my body, I am calm, I'm at peace, all is well, all is loved, all is forgiven. If you can hear them words and come back to you, and remember the most significant heroes in every story, including Jesus Christ, was crucified for everyone else's sins. He was betrayed. He did feel isolated, he was alone. And yet he came back to life. So my love, if you're feeling like this, know that I have also been there. Know that this is just the beginning of your story. And know that you are loved and you are not alone. I love you.